All right, when laying out your block and how you're going to cut it, here I've got an M and a D, okay? So create a spreadsheet. Make this and label each part or each point that we're going to have to make a change in movement, okay? So here I've got A, B, C, D, and E, okay? And here it's doing one big turn, one big circle. This usually doesn't look as good. It's usually better to have a straight line come out and then a small curve, then a straight line, then a small curve, and then a straight line back in. Those you generally look a little bit better. But do a spreadsheet. This column here should be my X's. This column here should be my Y's. Okay? So if we look, so here's my origin. This is my PRZ, part reference 0. And so this is where I'm going to bring the tool down and 0 it. Okay? So from here, so this is saying that my point A on my X is ½ an inch in, or 0.5. So that means that each one of these is worth 1/4. In order for, and on your paper it's going to be different. We'll talk about that. But I'm going to come over 0.5, and from that's my X, and my Y up from my origin, I'm going to come up 0.5. So that puts me at this A position. My next one, my X remains the same, but my Y goes up from my reference 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1, 0.25, 1.5. Okay, so coming from, again, my origin is along this bottom edge for my X, and my origin is my Y along this side. So I'm going to continue to do that. Okay, I'm going to keep moving that over, and notice this is coming into the middle of these two. So that's going to be 0.25 divided by 2, because we're splitting that 0.2 into an 1/8 of an inch, basically, right? So you're going to go through that, and you're going to lay all these letters out. Okay. Once you have that, let's see, there we go. Once we have that, we come in and we start setting up our code. We have line 1, and we are going to set our absolute coordinates, our G90 to absolute coordinates. And we're also going to set it to inch mode, because that's what we've been measuring with. Okay. If we want to do a tool change, we can go ahead and set our line 2 as a tool change and tell it what tool to load. Our mills do not have automatic tool. It doesn't have an automatic tool changer on it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start our spindle with the M03, and we're going to tell it to run at the speed that you calculated. This 3000 may not be correct. Okay? So from your speeds and feeds, you will have calculated this. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is our next line is going to be a G00, which is a rapid move. And we're going to rapid move X and Y to above our part. Our next line is going to be a G00, also a rapid move, and we're going to rapid move to a 1/10 of an inch above our part. Okay? Now our next line is going to be a G01, which is a straight line interpole, a straight line move, and we're going to plunge into the part. Notice this is now a negative number, and it's a decimal, and this is a 1/16 of an inch plunge in at 9 inches per minute. That is our feed rate. Notice that is half of our straight line feed rate. As part of whenever we're plunging, we cut our normal feed rate that we've calculated for our material and our tool by half. Okay? And now here we start going on and we're cutting our straight lines. So we're sitting at 0.5 x, 0.5 y, and at a 1/16 of an inch into our part, and then we're moving at 18 inches per minute to 0.5 for our x, and our y is 1.5. So we're cutting straight up that M, okay? And we stop there, and now another straight line. We move down, and then we move up again, and then we move down again, okay? And then we retract this tool. Notice we're pulling that tool out. Notice that is not a rapid, that is a cutting. As we pull out, we do retract, but we still are retracting at our last feed rate, which is 18 inches per minute. All right? And then we continue this on, all right, until we're done and we retract our tool. At this point, we can turn off our spindle, and then we want to rapid move our Z to a safe position. Notice this is rapid moving that out 2 inches. We'll have to see if these machines can handle a 2-inch move. I think they can. And then we're moving our X and our Y out to a safe location. Okay? And then we're ending our program. All right, that is how we do that for absolute coordinates, which is going to be our first assignment.